other news this lunchtime, and a district judge has ruled that a former British soldier should stand trial for attempted grievous bodily harm with intent following the shooting dead of a man with learning difficulties more than 40 years ago. However, Dennis Hutchings will not face an attempted murder trial. Let's speak to our reporter Gordon Adair.
Well, Dennis Hutchings was the most senior soldier in a patrol which encountered a man called John Pat Cunningham near Benburb in 1974. And John Pat Cunningham was 27, but he had the mental age of a child between 6 and 10, and an apparent fear of men in uniform. He ran away from that patrol. The soldiers pursued him and they shot him at least twice, maybe 3 times, and he died at the scene. And Dennis Hutchings is the first soldier to be charged in connection with that death.
So what happened in court today then, Gordon?
Well, in court today, we had a decision from the district judge who was weighing up whether or not he would be charged with attempted murder, attempted grievous bodily harm, or indeed he could have been charged with neither of those. In the end, the judge felt that he couldn't put forward to the Crown Court the charge of attempted murder. He said no reasonable jury properly instructed could bring back a guilty verdict, and so there was no reason to send forward that charge. But he did return him to the Crown Court on a charge of attempted grievous bodily harm with intent.
And has there been any reaction to this development?
Yeah, I had a chance to speak to John Pat Cunningham's nephew, Charlie Agnew, outside the court. He was clearly upset, and he said they were disappointed that Dennis Hutchings wouldn't be tried for attempted murder. But he welcomed the fact that there would be a trial, and he said all they were interested in now was the truth. Now, just one other thing, there is technically still a possibility that Dennis Hutchings could face that charge of attempted murder. It could be reinstated by the Crown, but for now he faces a charge of attempted grievous bodily harm with intent, and he will appear at Belfast Crown Court on a date which is yet to be fixed.
Okay, thank you, Gordon. Now let's have a look at the weather.
Those of us who served in Northern Ireland will recall the evil and vindictive nature of the enemy that we faced. Criminal murderers who hid behind crowds of women and children and fired weapons. Many of those criminals were released under the Good Friday Agreement. Now our soldiers are being maliciously prosecuted by our own government. Justice for Northern Ireland veterans needs you to march with us on Good Friday in London. Our veterans fought for you. Our veterans died for you. Now it's your chance to fight for us.
Are you ready, Davey? Yeah! Let's get those boots on the ground. Woo! Airstrikes alone will not be enough. We need boots on the ground. What